Now at 10, Joplin City officials discuss new ways to pay for extra funding for the police and fire departments. Plus, the latest on an investigation into an explosion this morning in Parsons, Kansas, and how community members in Joplin helped save a struggling restaurant.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Joplin City Council members discuss the next steps for improving public safety. This is KOAM News at 10. This comes after Proposition Public Safety failed to get a majority vote on August 2nd. KOAM's Amber Jenkins has more.
The City of Joplin is focusing on improving public safety. The council members will discuss police officers' compensation, adding a central located fire station, and creating better staffing for public safety entities. Addressing public safety needs was the first presentation on the agenda. Council members are trying to develop another plan to improve public safety. This is the first meeting since the August 2nd election. Despite Proposition Public Safety failing to get a majority vote, many community members still want the city to improve public safety conditions.
Yes, they need pay increases and they need to be taken care of. But first they need to be taken care of by our City Council and our city government.
Improving public safety isn't just about budgeting. City officials say they're trying to be more transparent to gain community trust.
I think we need transparency. We need to start from the top, not just with a proposition, not just with a Band-Aid over the issue. We need transparency. We need to take care of our public safety members. We need to do it where the whole community benefits from it.
Community members are urging the city to consider getting an unbiased audit to increase transparency to the public.
The only way they're really going to truly gain the trust is, and they're going to speak about an audit, I really think they need a forensic audit. I've spent the last week going through some of the accounts, and it's really unnerving, but that's something they're going to have to discuss and figure out.
Building a plan to improve Joplin public safety is an ongoing discussion between the city and the community members. Reporting in Joplin, Amber Jenkins, KOAM News.
Proposition Public Safety failed this month when more than 56% of voters rejected the plan to raise property taxes to pay for more police and fire funding. Let's check in with Doug for our first look at the weather.
Well, another hot one for us today. In fact, today was day number 22 that we've hit 100 degrees, which is crazy. We only average doing that once, maybe twice during the summer months. 170 the record, 104 which we didn't get, which is perfectly fine. So back in 1956, had a few isolated little guys that popped up during the evening hours, but once we lost the heating of the day, these are gone. So pretty quiet outside right now, and it's going to stay on the quiet side as we go through the overnight hours. But this system will start affecting us as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. And we are going to get some pretty good rain chances across the region. Mainly low to mid 80s right now. We're still hanging out. Look at that. Parsons at 90 degrees. So it is warm, 75 by morning, 84 by 10. High temp still up there at 98 degrees. Also some relief from the heat. We'll talk about that here in just a bit.
Catch you then. The city of Parsons, Kansas was rocked this morning when a bomb exploded in a dumpster. KOAM's Yana Hadula has more.
Around 4:55 on Monday morning, some residents living in Parsons, Kansas, next to the Labette County Judicial Center, woke up to a bang.
I heard a loud noise. I thought it was a train because the train always makes loud noise, but then I said, no, that sounded like an explosion. So I looked out the window and I seen a little smoke, but I thought it was coming from the light right over there. I thought one of the transformers or something might have blew.
The noise was neither a train or transformer, but an actual handmade bomb.
We reported to us by one of their deputies that works up here that somebody had set a bomb off in the dumpster. We came up, started investigating, watching the video cameras, observed the person put the bomb in there.
The 63-year-old man from Parsons, who was not a new face to the police, was arrested later on and is in custody. No one got injured, but the explosion spread debris all over the area, up to 1 block away from the scene.
One of the pieces of debris went a little over a block. It ended up going through a business window.
Residents nearby were all wondering what had actually happened.
Kind of nervous, but because this is our place of living, but it's good that the local authorities and stuff are on the scene and doing the right thing. and I hope they get to the bottom of it. This could have been dangerous. It could have been our home here, our building.
The police searched any debris from around the area and took a closer look at the dumpster.
I appreciate the help of the Parsons PD, the ATF and the FBI and the KBI. They all come and are lending assistance to help us solve this.
In Parsons, Janna Haudala, KOAM News.
Authorities say the suspect was arrested without incident. A Carthage, Missouri child has died after being stuck in a hot vehicle last Friday. Police on Friday afternoon responded to a call about a 3-year-old who was found unresponsive in that vehicle. The child was taken to a hospital in Springfield where she died over the weekend. Authorities are continuing their investigation, but they are not releasing any more information. And the Neosho, Missouri home is heavily damaged after a morning fire. Firefighters responded around 5:15 this morning to a fire at 712 West Spring Street. Authorities say everyone got out quickly. No one was injured. The cause of that fire is currently under investigation. According to Lending Tree, nearly 23% of Missouri businesses closed within their first year of opening, which is more than the national average. Foo Noodle House in Joplin was on the brink of closing its doors until they took to Facebook talking about their struggles. The post prompted 80,000 interactions and led to community support that's helped keep that restaurant open.
Being a business owner, we get a lot of people from Joplin, from Webb City, Carthage, and it just felt like I needed to come and support them. This is my second time coming here.
To find business statistics on the 4 states, just go to our website, KOAMnewsnow.com. Coming up, it's been 1 year since U.S. troops pulled out of Afghanistan. We're going to hear from a refugee adjusting to new life in the U.S. Plus, details on a recall affecting a flavor of popular kids' drink. Top Republican legislators have called for an investigation into the search of former President Trump's Mar-a-Lago residence. The Justice Department said in court documents today it opposes the release of the FBI affidavit used to justify the search warrant. The department argued the affidavit should remain sealed, quote, to protect the integrity of an ongoing law enforcement investigation that implicates national security. It's been a year since the U.S. pulled its troops from Afghanistan, resulting in the fall of Kabul and chaotic evacuations of tens of thousands of Afghans. Many resettled in the U.S. to make new homes in a place they'd never been. Reporter Deborah Alfarone takes us inside one family's journey of perseverance and possibility.
The day the last plane load of people desperately fled Kabul, a former Afghan translator for the U.S. military touched down on American soil, sight unseen, with his wife and 3 children. Nearly a year later, Abdul Hasib Delawar shows us how he's built a new life for himself and his immediate family in Alexandria, Virginia.
The biggest thing that I was, worried about was getting employed and getting a job to help my family and find my ways, and now I'm there.
Delawar works for the nonprofit React DC, helping other families resettle. It's the same organization that found this apartment and helped enroll his children in school. Military mom Amy Martin started it from her kitchen table.
My first thought was, what are they going to do, and what can I do?
React DC is currently helping hundreds of refugees create new lives all over the U.S.
The most pressing need remains jobs. We need employers to leverage this amazing talent that we have in this population and give them good paying jobs so they can support their families and stand on their own.
Delawar is financially supporting his family here in Virginia and his extended family they left behind.
My father has lost his job and income.
Is your family safe?
They are safe, but they don't have the freedom.
While the journey has been tough, he says staying positive is his superpower.
So we have to keep smiling. The more I get depressed, the more I lose my power and my passion to work and life. So that's not a solution.
Delawar and his family are just 5 of the more than 70,000 Afghans now calling the United States home. Deborah Alfarone, CBS News, Alexandria, Virginia.
Currently, there are more than 6,500 Afghans stuck in limbo in the United Arab Emirates, waiting to be resettled in the U.S. Kraft Heinz says more than 5,000 cases of Capri Sun in the wild cherry flavor are being voluntarily recalled. The company believes a diluted cleaning solution used on its food processing equipment could have contaminated the beverage. Kraft Heinz says the issue was discovered after the company received several consumer complaints about the taste. Retailers should be removing those products from the stores. The U.S. Department of Labor wants to fine Dollar General more than $1 million for workplace safety violations. According to the department, federal inspectors found violations at 3 Georgia stores, including a blocked exit route, dangerously stacked merchandise boxes, and hard-to-access electrical panels. The Labor Department has proposed fines of almost $1.3 million. Dollar General has 15 business days to respond to the department's investigation findings. Pregnancy complications increased during the COVID-19 pandemic, according to researchers in Massachusetts. With healthcare disruptions during the first 14 months of the pandemic, doctors reported spikes in maternal deaths and cardiovascular disorders. The study authors say increased hygiene awareness, like hand washing and masking, likely helped contribute to a decline in sepsis rates for women giving birth. A little bit later, kids in Pittsburgh get a chance to look their best ahead of the school year with a back-to-school event.
Plus, thunderstorm chances increase on Tuesday. We're going to look at that coming up. Well, it definitely turned out to be a hot day for us today. Temperatures all the way up are right around 100 degrees. In fact, day number 22, we have done this. Most of us dry. We did have a few isolated little thunderstorms that popped up late in the day, but in general, it turned out to be dry for everybody. It looks good right now. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, of course, just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Let's look back at the month so far. So week 1, we had several triple-digit temps. Last week, we did it last Monday, and then we've done it the past 2 days. So 3 of the past 8 days, we've hit 100 degrees. We should break that stretch. Hopefully, we don't do it again this summer. We'll see what happens. Temps mainly into the low to mid 80s, still hanging on near 90 once you get out across southeastern Kansas. Parsons sitting at 90 degrees right now. It's 84 in Joplin. Easterly winds are light, 5 to 10. Humidity is at 61%. There have been a few isolated little thunderstorms in southwestern Missouri, but all these have pretty much died out since we've lost the heating of the day. Thunderstorms up to our north, Nebraska, northern parts of Kansas, northern parts of Missouri. These are going to stay north of us tonight, but it's this system that is going to give us chances for showers and thunderstorms as we go into the daytime hours tomorrow. So let's go ahead and break that down for you tonight. Pretty quiet. We'll stop at 6 o'clock in the morning. Thunderstorms just to our north. Could get a few isolated little guys that pop up during the morning hours, but most of you dry tomorrow morning. We warm all the way into the 90s by the time we head into the afternoon. I think some areas in our southern counties will press 100 once again. Here's your day planner starting at 75, 92 by noon, high temp at 98. Now, as we get into the afternoon, scattered thunderstorms becoming a little bit more numerous. The ones that do pop up, so we're looking at 6:30 p.m., some of those could be strong, maybe low grade severe. If we had anything severe, we're talking about winds at 60 to 65 and some quarter-size hail. But something we want to watch. Scattered thunderstorms tomorrow evening, and then they try to ramp up a little bit again. Nothing severe, but they try to ramp up again after midnight tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, and then by Wednesday afternoon, we dry out and we look pretty good. We need some rain, so hopefully this is decently widespread, and our temperatures are going to cool down quite a bit as well for the second half of the work week. All right, rainfall amounts are hard to pinpoint down because these are scattered showers and thunderstorms. It's not going to be a wall of rain, but the areas that get rain, you may pick up a ½ inch to an inch, but let's say on average, we're going to go 1/4 to a ½ inch across the region. The rain chances will start to increase, so we're going to start at 9 a.m. tomorrow, start ramping up in the afternoon. Best shot for rain will occur tomorrow night into Wednesday morning, and then we'll be dry for a couple days. 98 tomorrow, 80 on Wednesday, 87 on Thursday. Back into the 90s Friday and Saturday, but another storm system heads in our direction. It looks like another cold front's going to pass through and cool us down a little bit by the second half of the weekend. So all in all, this is a good forecast because we have rain in it, and all those high temperatures are only 2 digits. So that's always nice.
Yeah, and in fact, a high of 80 on Wednesday.
That's fantastic.
It's exceptional for this time of year. Thanks, Doug. Hey, McDonald County school officials focused on safety during a back-to-school event. Today was the first day for teachers, so they got training on new security procedures. They met the district's 2 new resource officers, went through active shooter training. The district is also looking to add new cameras in all buildings, keyless entry devices on exterior doors, signage, and new fencing in certain areas.
Here in McDonald County, we have hired 2 new school resource officers, safety officers, that will be serving different areas of our district. Our district is very spread out, and so we're going to have one that serves one area and one that serves the other, as well as the 2 existing ones that we have now.
School in McDonald County starts in 1 week, August 22nd. Some kids in Pittsburgh got a chance to look their best ahead of the coming school year. The Victory Life Church today hosted a back-to-school event at Kittyland in Lincoln Park. The event featured free haircuts, backpacks, school supplies. Other activities included dunk-a-cop, face painting, and bucket truck rides.
Well, I think it's just a great opportunity to get kids out there, and then also, for those who do need it, it allows them to get the supplies that they need for school. But I think it's a great end of the year back to school bash, just one last get together, hoorah,
That event was for students in pre-K through high school. Still ahead, a new quarterback for the Pittsburgh Purple Dragons this fall, and the Frontenac Raiders lose a big senior class but return one of the biggest playmakers in Southeast Kansas. Jacob Leonard has that and more up next.
Today's the opening day of high school football practice in Southeast Kansas. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons hit the field nice and early this morning for their first practice of the year. Now, Pittsburgh entering their first season under head coach Josh Latimer. The Dragons were 6-4 overall last year, won a playoff game for the 2nd straight season. Latimer lists 4 starters returning on offense and 3 on defense, so the team will have plenty of new faces on the field this fall. One of those new faces will be at quarterback. As of right now, it looks like junior Webb Fern will get first crack at being under center in week 1.
I think I'm ready to do it. I've been backup for the last 2 years. I think I'm ready to go into it full throttle and lead the offense. I think it's fast, I think it's quick, and it's simple. I mean, it's hard to defend, but it's simple on the quarterback, it's simple on the B backs and the A and C backs. I mean, it's just really real easy offense to run, and it's really quick hitting.
Webb's been working hard. He's done everything we've asked out of him. He doesn't make mental mistakes. He doesn't turn the ball over. He's a leader on and off the field. One of the first guys here every day, last guy to leave. Those are the type of people you want leading your program.
The Frontenac Raiders got on the field this afternoon for their first practice of the season. The Raiders are coming off one of the best seasons in program history, going 10-3 overall last season and finishing as 3A state runner-up. Frontenac loses 18 seniors from last year's team, so it's definitely going to be a younger, more inexperienced group for Frontenac in 2022. But they're still going to have playmakers, including senior Mario Mangini. And Mangini was an all-state player for the Raiders last year, rushing for 1,600 yards and 15 touchdowns, while also adding 6 interceptions on the other side of the ball.
Mario's one of those guys, he doesn't say much. He puts in the work, extremely hard worker, great leader. All the guys look up to him. The other teams are going to focus on him, so we're going to have to be creative in ways of getting them the ball and putting them on defense to have chances to make plays for us on defense as well. But him, Jack Lusker, Dylan Wattoon, those seniors have had great summers, and we're going to lean on those guys to lead those young guys going forward.
The Kansas City Royals open a 3-game series against the Minnesota Twins tonight. Now, the Royals have been pretty good the last 2 weeks, going 7-4 in their last 11 games. Now, tonight's game is game 1 of a 7-game road trip for Kansas City. The Royals get 2 in the first tonight, but that was all. The Twins go on to win at 4-2. Vinny Pasquantino goes 1 for 3 on the night for Kansas City with a 2-run home run. So we're plenty busy today getting out to Southeast Kansas football practice. I love talking about it. I love getting out and visiting with all these teams, but at the same time, I'm also ready to, and it's hot, but I'm also ready to get to these games and find out who's real and who's not.
Everybody is. The athletes, the fans, all of us. We'll be right back. Take time now to honor a local veteran. David Johansen served in the U.S. Navy from 1970 to 1993. The invaded Missouri Navy was stationed in Vietnam, Libya, and Iraq. And we salute aviation hydraulics mechanic David Johansen, a four-state hero. You know, you can learn about lots of other heroes. You can also submit a hero of your own anytime. You know how to do it. You just click on the link on our website. That's KOAMnewsnow.com. It's the dog days of summer, so the Pittsburgh Aquatic Center lets some pups cool down with a refreshing swim. The center hosted its annual Doggy Swim Day. It's the last day the pool is open this summer, so people were allowed to bring their four-legged friends for the fun.
Well, I think it brings the community together, at least some of us. Last year we had a bigger group, but it's always fun, you know, to see everybody come together and grow as a community in the middle of, you know, this chaos that we have.
The Aquatic Center is at 708 West 9th Street in Pittsburgh. A lot of fun for the dogs and their owners. And it's a good day to be in the pool.
It was hot. We hit 100 degrees again for us today. 98 tomorrow, but we're going to get some scattered showers and thunderstorms, especially in the afternoon into the overnight hours. Most of these out during the first half of the day on Wednesday. And look at those temps. High of 80 Wednesday, 87 on Thursday.
Final sports notes.
The AFCA national rankings came out today. Nebraska Kearney ranked number 14 in the nation to start the football season. So they'll be coming to Missouri Southern to open the year on September 1st.
That'll be a challenge. Thanks for joining us. Morning Show, 5 a.m. Let's make it a great tomorrow.